Throughout my life, I've been told not to cry in front of others, no matter how sad or broken I felt inside. First to my parents, and my teachers and friends, and then my coworkers. Crying in public showed both one's weakness in enduring the hardships of life and their pathetic selfishness in demanding the sympathy of others for being so weak. In spite of this, I found crying in public the best way of relieving the stress and sorrow built up inside me, even though those around me looked down on me in disapproval. I felt sorry for them, for they refused to let their own viscous troubles escape them in the same manner that I did, choosing to contain them under the guise of strong public composure. Pain, I found, erodes such false notions of strength and endurance from even the strongest of people. Inflicted emotionally or physically, it was the only way one could acceptably break down in tears in front of others. This is why I inflict pain on others, to make them cry, to free them from their self-contained hardships. The years of abuse and neglect and loss and isolation, the regret that I see in the blood-filled tears of those tortured eyes looking up at me, soothes my heart deeply. Where one might hear the cries of anguish and fear, I hear but the sweet sighs of comfort and relief from those freed from a lifetime of misery. I hear those cries even as I write this, though they seem to be dying down now. I must attend those poor souls once more, to let them know that it's still okay to cry. Bye-bye for now. He laid the warm cup of tea on the table next to her. The gentle scent of chamomile massaged his nostrils. He sat down on the bed beside her crying, shaking form, and gently stroked the top of her head, knowing that she found that comforting. He waited silently, knowing that she needed to let her feelings out, and that when she was ready, she'd speak. The repetitive, gentle strokes of his hand soon lulled him into a comfortable ease. Patiently, he waited for her to open up. When she finally spoke, he started slightly, then quickly focused his attention on her words. He wanted to make sure he heard everything she said. He wanted her to feel loved and understood. The words poured from her, interrupted only by her sobs. He knew it was an incredibly bad day for her. Again. It seemed like the bad days were increasing. He couldn't remember the last time she smiled and laughed purely, freely. Her smiles used to be vibrant. Her laughter, sparks of joy that lit the world about her. He missed the joy. He missed the happiness they used to share, her energy, her drive. But he was being selfish. He needed to take care of her now, when she was down, miserable and in pain. She spoke, and he listened. The night passed quickly. When she had finally aired the last vestige of her pain, he felt tired, but glad that he had been there for her. Felt happy when she told him how much she appreciated him. A few months passed in this manner. He looked at her sobbing form on the bed and felt a sense of failure. He wasn't able to make her happy. He walked to the kitchen and prepared another cup of tea, lavender this time. He sat the hot cup of tea on the table next to her, The gentle scent of the lavender massaged his nostrils. He sat down on the bed beside her crying, shaking form and gently stroked the top of her head, knowing that she found that comforting. He silently waited, knowing that she needed to let her feelings out, and that when she was ready, she'd speak. She spoke. She was worried. She was sad. She didn't know if she'd ever be okay again, if everything would ever be okay. He continued to stroke her hair. He would make her happy again. He would be happy again too. All will be well, my love. She looked at him, smiled through her tears, and closed her eyes, weeping gently, weeping quietly. All will be well, he repeated, and slowly, lovingly, slid the blade across her throat. He watched as her pain spilt out of her, bright and intense. She was freed. He freed her. He watched the darkness lift from her body as a small pool of red blossomed about her head, forming a beautiful halo. It suited her. She opened her eyes and stared at him, shocked. He continued to stroke her hair and laid a gentle kiss on her forehead. Understanding settled upon her, and her face softened. And with a half smile, she closed her eyes.